Zwom. Doot, 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 doot. BMO.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another BMO Creative crypto video. So this one is about the Coosa River Monster. The Coosa River is a tributary of the Alabama River in the states of Alabama and Georgia. The Muskogee, the Creek, as well as the Cherokee lived along the Coosa and have stories of seeing monstrous serpents and other creatures in the river. The stories were never taken seriously until, of course, in the 1800s when also white settlers also reported seeing something huge in the river. The first official report was a letter in 1816 that stated a number of St. Clair County settlers found a water monster that appeared dead on the shore of the river. They decided to cut it open and found a Creek Indian with his arrows, a bow, and a rifle, as well as a deer in its belly. But the beast itself was not really described in detail, just that it was large, thick-skinned, hard to cut open. Sightings of a creature were reported in 1817 and 18, then in 1862, so about 40 years later, the monster appeared again. Then in June of 1877, a local newspaper reported a witness saw a monster of the Coosa in the vicinity of Ballplay Creek. The witness was setting out bank hooks for fishing near the mouth of the creek when his attention was diverted to what looked like a person standing in a slow drifting boat along the opposite bank. So he figured that guy must be doing the same thing I'm doing, setting out trot lines basically. So he decided to cross the river and see what was up, see how he was doing or say something to him. And he found that it was a creature and not a person. And this is what the report said in the paper. Quote, "As he approached sufficiently near to see it distinctly, to his horror it proved to be a living monster or serpent with head and neck erect, extending out of the water some 3 or 4 feet, its head resembling a horse's head, large glaring eyes, and a mouth distended, showing a tongue of fiery red. The monster or serpent exhibited no signs of fear, but glared directly at him as it passed, and, unprepared as he was, he thought discretion the better part of valor, and beat a hasty retreat to the opposite bank, from which he watched it moving along like a man in a boat, showing now and then portions of its back until it reached a point opposite Thornton's log yard, where it gave a plunge and disappeared from sight. Mr. Foster is an entirely trustworthy and reliable gentleman, well known in his community, and intelligent, and his statements may be relied upon. That he saw some monster there is no doubt in his own mind, but the improbability of the story has caused him to be very reticent about any statement he made on the subject." Unquote. Captain J.M. Elliott reported seeing a monstrous leviathan drifting along in the river the same year. Green Raspberry told of seeing a strange black creature near the mouth of Wills Creek, which is right in that same area, where the creature splashed from one bank of the Coosa to the other. John Burgess reported that he spotted a similar creature. Each person reported it was large, 15 to 20 feet long minimum, serpent-like, covered with smooth scales, if it had scales at all, with large fins. In June 25th of that same year, a party of raftsmen saw the creature when it appeared 2 miles below Gadsden, Alabama. It approached the raft, and the men threw sticks at it to scare it away. The men said it had a white belly and a dark upper body, and large knots on its back. A young man on the raft became so scared that they had to hold him down to keep him from jumping overboard. Local newspapers told parents to keep their kids away from the Coosa River. Then the report stopped, and the monsters disappeared. Then in June of 1882, a reporter who had spent an afternoon in a rowboat on the Coosa said he saw a huge black mass resembling a monster rising slowly, and it scared him. But he went and got closer anyways, and he said it was only, quote, "a great mass of leaves and weeds thrown up from the bottom of the river by the accumulation of gases beneath the mass." So was he a reporter or a scientist, or was he a plant, no pun intended, but a plant to divert people from believing that the creature is real. He claimed that this was the explanation for all of the monster sightings in the past up until now, which doesn't even come close to what the witnesses were describing. So, all of that being said, from my research, based on all the information, I think it's a type of supposedly extinct whale or dolphin called the Basilosaurus, which is also the Alabama state fossil and is a large serpentine whale that lived during the late Eocene epoch around 34-35 million years ago and could still be alive today. So why do I think this? Well, there's lots of evidence. The Smithsonian, there's that name again, Smithsonian, as well as a few other museums all over the US and in other countries, have taken both bones and fossils from the state of Alabama of the Basilosaurus, and they place them on display like you see here. That's right, I said bones and fossils. Anyway, what do you think of the Basilosaurus or the Coosa River Monster? Leave a comment below. Anyway, that is going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to BMO Creative for more crypto videos. Thanks so much. Bye.